Good afternoon, my children. How are you all doing? I believe we are all keeping safe. Please stay indoor, and if you must go out, ensure you use your facial mask. My name still remains Ayewole Alabadepeju, and I welcome you again to this platform of yet another interesting topic for today. Today is our fourth topic for this term, and we shall be looking at a topic called abstinence. But before then, let's do a quick recap of what we have learned in our first, second, and third week. For our first and second week, we talk about thermal energy, that is, heat flow and heat transfer, how it can flow from an object to another, or how they can be transferred from one object to another. And during our third week, we also talk about reproductive health, where we focus most of our attention on breastfeeding and genetic counseling. We talked about the advantages of breast milk, the myths and facts about breastfeeding, and the rest. But for the purpose of today's class, we shall be talking about abstinence. Abstinence is our fourth topic for this term. And also under the subtopic, we shall be seeing the types of abstinence. Let's see the learning objective of this topic. Firstly, you must be able to define abstinence. You should be able to mention the types of abstinence and also identify skills and behavior that promote abstinence. Also, you should be able to state reason why young people, teenagers, must abstain from premarital sex. Also, reason why young people engage in premarital, you should be able to tell me reason why you think young people engage in premarital sex. And lastly, you should be able to list the facts and myths about sexual abstinence. What is abstinence? Abstinence is the act or practice of abstaining, refraining yourself from indulging in a desire or appetite. It is an habit of sexual denial and self-resilience of anything. Abstinence means keeping oneself away from doing or enjoying something, especially sexual activities, food, or alcoholic drink. It requires a conscious decision and effort to avoid sexual intercourse in order to prevent unwanted or unintended pregnancy, and especially sexually transmitted diseases or infections. What are the facts about abstinence? One, it is an improper behavior. We all know that by now. You should all know that abstinence is an appropriate behavior. That is, it is something you should be seen not doing. It's something they should see you that you must do. You must abstain from any sexual intercourse or sexual immoralities with the opposite sex. This is not abstinence is not talking about females only. It also talks about boys. Boys and girls of your age should abstain from any sexual relationship. Abstinence is natural. Drugs, you don't need injection, you don't need anything for you to abstain from sex. It is natural. Another fact is that it enhances your self-esteem. When people know that you don't engage in sexual activities or immoralities with an opposite sex, they tend to respect you, and you too, you will be able to carry your shoulders high that I am a decent girl or boy. Also, it does not lead to any abnormality of the body functions. Some people will tell you means that at this age, if you don't engage yourself in a sexual intercourse, it is going to lead to one abnormality or other, especially of the organs of your body. It is a lie. The fact remains that abstinence does not lead to any abnormality of the body function. And lastly, it is not responsible for any malfunction of body organs. Like they will say, if you don't have sex on time when you are a teenager, when you want to give birth, it will be difficult for you. No, it is a lie. Abstinence is not responsible for any functions of any of our body organs. What about the myths? That is, the lies people tell you about abstinence. A myth is an idea which many people believe, but it is not true. For example, people say those who abstain are not normal. It is a lie. If you abstain from sexual immorality or relationship with any boy or girl, you are okay. So don't believe in it. Secondly, it makes child delivery difficult. It is a lie. Like I told you the other time, they only tell you all these means so as to be able to lure you into what you don't want to do, what you don't prepare for. So don't let anybody tell you all these means about abstinence. It doesn't make your delivery difficult when you are of age to have a child. They also say it causes a painful menstruation. Yes, when I was in the university, people always tell me this. Because I have a friend then that whenever she is menstruating, sometimes she will not even come to school. People of our age, though we are adults, then they are always saying, it is because she has not gotten herself involved in any sexual intercourse. That is why her menstruation, her monthly flow is painful. It is like there are some people that even up to the age of, until the night of their wedding, they know no man, and their menstruation is not painful at all. So don't believe in this mind. And also, they will always tell you that abstinence will cause stomach ache, that when you don't involve yourself in any sexual morality with a girl or a boy, it always leads to stomach pain, especially in the boys. They will say your scrotum will be painful, sometimes it will be swollen because you haven't had any girl to sleep with. Please don't believe in it. It does not lead to or cause any stomach ache. And lastly, people always say that abstinence can make the testic burst. Like I said earlier, it doesn't make the testic burst or swelling. It is a means. All these and many more are means about abstinence. Please, like the first one I said, the fact about abstinence is what you should follow. Don't let anybody tell you lies about abstaining yourself from sexual immorality with a boy or with a girl. Abstinence from both boy and girl is necessary at your age until you become of age. Why do some adolescents engage in sexual intercourse? People that you see that engage themselves into sexual immoralities may have one reason or the other, but no matter what the reason is, it is wrong. Number one is peer pressures, especially from your friends or dating partner. Now you have a boyfriend in your class or elsewhere. It's just your friend. But with time, you see that this your partner will be telling you, let's do this, let's do that. And even pressures from your friend. Say, I've done it and it's nothing, it's not painful, you don't need to listen to them. Don't let peer pressure be too much for you to handle that will make you do what you don't want to do. So one of the reasons why adolescents exchange in sexual intercourse is peer pressure. Is some believe that having sexual intercourse is expected to be part of a relationship. No, no, no. Even the Bible makes us understand that sex is like spirit. You are not to be engaged with any sexual immorality or intercourse with somebody you are yet to be married with. If your partner is telling you that, let's do this thing so I will be able to know if you truly love me or not, tell that person that sex or getting yourself into sexual intercourse is not enough to keep a relationship. There are many people that sleep with themselves, and at the end of the day, the relationship does not work, especially in adults. So I would like to tell you, teenagers of your age, adults, and that do not believe that having sexual intercourse is a part of relationship. No. Also, they say it's to satisfy sexual urge and desire sexual pleasure. It is very wrong. You shouldn't be seen engaged in sexual desire or urge at this stage. You are just too small to do this. Another reason is people believe that it will satisfy their curiosity and experiment. So people just want to know. They are talking about this. My teacher is telling me not to involve myself in sexual intercourse. My parents are telling me, some of my friends are telling me don't do this. Even in the church, in the mosque, they are telling us we shouldn't engage in this thing until we are married. Let me just see whether it is true or not. My friend, if you do it, that is the end. It can result to so many things: unwanted pregnancy, infections, and even death. So it is better, like a saying that says, curiosity kills the cat. So don't look for what you cannot handle. Wait till you are married. Wait till you are an adult before you engage yourself in sexual intercourse. And lastly, pressure or force from older adults. Yes, it's true. Especially some of us at this age that we have adults as friends, and one sister that lives on your street or in your estate and in your house can lure you, can pressurize you in having sexual intercourse with a boy or a girl, as the case may be. You might have a man friend, I'm talking to the boys, that is in your area, the ones you call uncles, the one you call big bros. They will take your innocence away from you. They will ask you to engage in sex with a girl. That is a pressure. They can actually force you to do that. But I want to tell you that all these and many reasons are not enough for you to engage in any sexual intercourse or immoralities with the opposite sex. What are the types of abstinence? We have different types of abstinence, about 4 of them. The first one is what is known as long life abstinence. Long life abstinence is a type of abstinence where religious leaders, such as the Catholic priests, abstain, the one we refer to as fathers. The Catholic refer to them as fathers. Abstain from any form of sexual activity throughout their lifetime in order to maintain what they call purity and remain focused on their role as religious leader. That is long life abstinence. The second one is delayed abstinence. This occurs in situations where some people decide to wait until they are either married or old and are more established in a healthy relationship before engage in sexual acts that could lead to pregnancy. If you are married and at the end of the day it leads to pregnancy, that is the joy of every couple or every parent, to see their children getting pregnant immediately they are married. This is what we call delayed pregnancy. That is, you delayed it to when you are ready. And that is what I'm trying to tell you here. Let it be when you are ready, till you are married, or you know you have a healthy relationship that is automatically leading to wedding. The third one is what is referred to as periodic abstinence. Periodic abstinence can be seen in couples when they routinely abstain from sexual intercourse. That is, maybe for a period of time you see them, they don't come together as husband and wife because of one thing or the other, a reason or the other. Mostly they can do that because of childbirth. That is, maybe when the wife just put to bed, the husband and wife can agree that, oh, for the period of 4 months or 6 months, we won't be engaging in any sexual intercourse because of, you can get pregnant and the baby they have is still very young. So they can do a periodic abstinence. While or in a case that the mother is nursing a baby, the husband that can decide that throughout the period you are nursing this baby, we won't be having any sexual intercourse. These and many other reasons are why couples especially do have what we call periodic abstinence. And the last one is the secondary abstinence. This refers to a situation where someone who had had sexual intercourse previously make a decision to remain abstinent until future. That is, maybe a young girl of your age or a young boy of your age had it once, and maybe he doesn't like it, or there are reasons, or he had a routine that this thing I'm doing is very wrong. Now makes a decision that till I am married in future, I will never engage myself in any form of sexual relationship with the opposite sex. This is the one we refer to as secondary abstinence. What are the benefits of abstaining from sexual intercourse? Yes, we have different things that you can benefit from keeping yourself till you are an adult or you are married. The first one is, it is the best method of preventing sexually transmitted diseases or infection, including HIV/AIDS. If you don't have any sexual intercourse with an opposite sex, There's no way you'll be infected with HIV or any other form of sexual transmitted infections or diseases. You wouldn't even know whether the person is infected or not. Once you are able to abstain from it, from having any sexual intercourse with anybody, there's no way you can get infected with sexually transmitted infections or diseases. Secondly, it is a natural method of preventing unwanted pregnancy. That is, pregnancy that are not intended. It is the best way of preventing it. That is, when you totally abstain from sex with the opposite partner. Lastly, it gives assistance of not having to deal with guilt and other emotional consequences of engaging in sexual intercourse before you are ready. What are the, you might feel, it might lead to depression, like we have said in the other of our notes. Because you are not ready for this, you may be feeling guilty. Why did I do this to myself? How did I arrive at this point? And this emotional consequence can lead to depression, and depression can lead to death, loss of life. So when you abstain from sexual intercourse, especially at this your age, it saves you this problem. It saves you this problem, especially emotional. If you are down emotionally, your heart can stop breathing, because definitely the body, your body system is not in accordance with you. They are not agreeing with you. So something can go wrong. These and many other reasons are the benefits of abstaining from sexual intercourse, especially at this your age. You are still teenagers. Please abstain from any form of sexual immorality, kissing, hugging, all these things that you name, you know them. Please, I would like to advise you to stay away from it totally. There are some behaviors and skills that enhance abstinence. Number one is communication. If you can communicate well with the opposite sex and tell him or her, this is what you want, and you should abide by it. We are friends, we are friends. We are study mates, we are study mates. Please, let's do this thing once and for all. Nothing like kissing, nothing like romancing, nothing like touching, and all these forms of sexual immoralities. And you should be able to make your decision. You should be able to stand by what you have said. I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do that. You should stand that way. That is decision making. And also self-control. If you have self-control, if you can get a grip of yourself, you will not find yourself in this kind of situation. If you have that skill, it will enhance you automatically from being low to sexual intercourse. Another one is negotiation. Negotiation, I would say, it has to do with your thinking. When you negotiate with yourself, you first of all have to negotiate with yourself that, see, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to abide with. Before you take it to your friend, which may be a boy or a girl, where you negotiate, both of you will sit at a round table and say, no, no, no. Then advanced preparation. At your age now, you should have prepared your mind, your thinking, that abstinence is what I want, and nothing, no other thing that can change your mind. No peer pressure, no adult pressure can lead you to abstinence. So if you have advanced preparation on your own, this behavior will help you to enhance your skill in abstaining from sexual intercourse. Then, if you are able to identify your goals in life, most of you, like I said, want to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, pilots, and so many other good professions, even teachers. Once you are able to identify your goal and you know what it will take you to get to that your goal, it is a skill that enhances abstinence on your own part, because you wouldn't want any distraction. Sexual intercourse or sexual with the opposite partner is a distraction for you at this stage. So if you have been able to identify your goals, I want to go to the university to study medicine, which will take me about 8 or 9 years. If you are able to do that, you are able to identify your goal. No pressure from anybody can make you go out of your way. And lastly, acquiring knowledge and information. You know, when you don't know, you don't know. But whatever you know, nobody can take it away from you. Even if your friends, your colleagues, or whoever comes to you and tell you, do this, those things that they are telling you is lie or is true. Once you know the knowledge, once you have a preamble information about sexual intercourse, no one should be able to convince you. In fact, when they come to you, you tell them, no, I've made my decision and I've set my goals. I'm not going to involve myself in any sexual immorality or activities with the opposite sex, either with a boy or with a girl. I'm talking to both sexes now, the boy and the girl. You need to acquire knowledge and information for yourself so that you'll be able to stand on your own. All these and many other reasons or behavior are what will enhance you about abstinence. With this, I would like to tell you that we have come to this yet an interesting topic. You can read more on this topic on the uploaded notes on the school website. Please ensure you read and understand. Follow the assignments. Do the assignment that follows. And you can also read more from our recommended textbook, Basic Science for Junior Secondary School, Book 2 by G.O. Omotuyole. I believe with this, I've been able to do justice to this topic called abstinence. I would like to tell you, and I'm telling you again, that abstinence is the top notes on this topic. Refrain yourself from any form of sexual immoralities. I would like to say it again. Some people would like to tell you that it's only kissing. Kissing can lead to sex. It can lead to many other things that are dangerous to your health, that are dangerous to your personality. So the no here is abstinence. Say no to any form of sexual activities, immoralities, or intercourse. Thank you and stay blessed. I'll see you again next week to discuss another interesting topic. Bye for now. I love you and I want to tell you that I missed you all. Bye.